Good morning. It's National Championship Day today. Go Bucks. Hopefully that game went well by the time you're seeing this. We'll see. If it did, my wife's probably not talking to me. So anyway, it's cold today. It's very, very cold today. Woke up this morning. It was 1 degree outside. We've made it up to a whopping 5, but I don't think we're going to get a whole lot more out of it, and it's going to get even colder tonight and tomorrow. So I have spent most of the morning in the office. I've got my starter fertilizer stuff pretty well figured out as to what we're going to do. I do have a meeting I'm going to tomorrow that I might wait until after that one, just before we place the actual orders and decide on stuff. But some of the bulk stuff I can get ordered, and started doing that here this morning, making sure we've got everything in place. So we're going to work on this tractor here a little bit this afternoon. My filter is done. So you'll remember on Friday we took that particulate filter into a shop and had them clean it. And they just called me a little bit ago, said that it is done. So I'm going to go get that, pick it up, and then when we get back, we'll clean that canister out a little bit. We'll put the filter back on, get the exhaust put back together, and then maybe we'll pull that tractor up here and finish the cleaning process on it. And hopefully that fixes our issue. I don't know if it will or not, but that's the idea. Our place. Go get our filter. Pretty simple, easy to do there. It's white again. It looks clean. And they're like, "We'll send you a bill." Okay, great. I'll pay it when you send it. Stopped at the farm down here to Berkey. It's still cold out, but we've got some stuff in the barn here. Let's go inside. Look, there's our beautiful 8RX. We've just kind of left it here since we got done with harvest and haven't taken it home yet. But it needs to get home, it needs to get cleaned, it needs to go through the shop. Grain cart is staying here. It is already cleaned and going to just sit right where it is. It's all unhooked and stuff, so the tractor can go back. But over here on the other side is our anhydrous applicator that also needs to go back to Waldron. So the idea here is to take that tractor home with the anhydrous applicator, which is right there. And I've been waiting for decent road conditions in order to do this. Well, when it's 0 degrees out, all the salt and everything on the roads is very frozen. And it's probably actually a pretty good time to do it. So I'm wondering about doing this tomorrow. But if we are going to get that tractor started tomorrow, the 8RX might start when it's this cold, especially being in the barn, maybe. But we should plug it in. However, in order to get that out, we've got to move seed tender and the corn head and the old 4440. And I can assure you the 4440 ain't going to start when it's 0 degrees out. So I'm going to find some extension cords and we're going to plug in the engine block heaters and just let them sit overnight so that tomorrow when we can come down here, they will start. And then we'll pull this stuff out of here, hook up the anhydrous bar and put it right back in. Take the tractor and the bar and head for home. That's kind of my plan anyway. There's that one. Now ideally these would get plugged in like 3, 4, 5 hours before we need them, not 12 or 18 or whatever it is. But it's a long ways to drive down here to plug it in and wait for 5 hours to do anything. So we'll just plug them in now since I was driving by anyway. Okay, those will be ready for me tomorrow. Brr. Now while I'm here, I want to try and take a few pictures of our grain bins. So if you missed the update last fall or late fall, early winter, when we was talking about this, we've got a little grain bin project going on here next year. We're going to take out all 3 of these small bins here and replace them with 2 bigger, nicer bins. And so that project's going to happen soon. We're trying to figure out what to do with these old ones. And there's a thought that maybe we could sell them and they might be worth something. I don't think they are. But I thought I'd better get some pictures. Maybe we can put them on Facebook Marketplace for something, and somebody will give us something for them. I don't know. All right, I think I got what I need here. Anybody want to buy a couple of used grain bins? That one is a 21-foot diameter, 5,000 bushel bin. It's an old Butler bin, put up in the 70s, I believe. This one is a 24-foot Boffman bin. Holds about 8,000 bushels, put up sometime in the, I don't know. I'm going to assume early 80s, but I don't know that. All right. Oh, I'm done out there. What does it say? 13? It says it's 13. Doesn't feel like 13. Feels more like 3. We've got a weather station here. I just checked it. It says 10. And real feel or outdoor feels like -6. I told you it doesn't feel like 13. Brr. All right. Now, we're back here. So here's our particulate filter. Now this is the top side. It's nice and clean. And I mean, it pretty much looked like that when we took it in. But do you remember what the bottom side of this looked like? It was black. Well, black and white, soot and ash. Now, that's pretty clean. That's really, really good. So we like that. Let me set this back up so it doesn't roll off of there because we do not want that to happen. There we go. They gave me a little report, so let's go through this. So here was the sheet that we filled out. They took a picture of it sitting on the bench there, went through and, you know, just a few little housekeeping things, gaskets and clamps, is any of it, you know, visibly broken. And then there was some specs here, right? So colors and stuff. They did a pin gauge check on the clean side to make sure that all these cells were open and stuff, I guess. I don't know. OEM flow specs in inches of mercury. So that's like a vacuum reading. And essentially, I think they put this on their bench and they try and suck air through it and see if they can do it or how much vacuum it takes to suck air through. New spec is 1.8 to 2.3. Our bench test showed 4.6. That's dirty. Now, I have no idea if that 4.6 is dirty, if it's really dirty, if it's horrible, if it's the worst they've ever seen, if it's not bad at all, but it's dirty, so we'll clean it kind of thing. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no reference for how bad a 4.6 is other than to say that it takes twice as much vacuum to pull air through it as new spec. That seems dirty to me, but I don't know. Anyway, chips, gouges, surface cracks, loose ceramics, we passed all those things. Didn't have any of those. Black hole count on clean side, 0, because it was clean on the clean side. So they took some pictures. That's what it looked like going in. And then here's kind of what they did. They ran an air knife. Looking for defective cells where it was blowing black through it. We had 0 failed cells. If there's more than 20, it's broken, basically. And then the flow after the air knife, so after they kind of cleaned it with air, we were at a 2.4, no coolant observed. Then they flushed it, ran it through their ultrasonic tank for 30 minutes. Air blast for 5 minutes, pin gauge the dirty side, it passed, and then there's kind of the post results. So the flow before was a 4.6, flow results after 1.8, essentially bringing it back to new spec. So that's good. And then there's the after pictures. I don't know really what some of that stuff means. All I know is that it meets specs, and so we are good to go on that. Whether that solved our problem or not, I have no idea. But we do need to put this back in. We are going to reuse our clamps, so we've got that. However, we need new gaskets. This right here is one of the gaskets. Can I get that out of there without that falling? I ordered them. I don't have them yet, so we can't put it back together. Whoops. That's all right. And we got to dig the other one out. It's still in the slot up there on the top. And I want to vacuum out what's in there and just clean stuff up a little bit. So that's what we're going to work on. I don't know what the bottom side of this looks like, but I mean, clearly the soot all passes through it. So I guess I'm not worried about it. It looks a little more difficult to get this apart to try and look at it or anything. So I don't know if we're going to attempt any of that. But that gasket is stuck in here. We've got to get that out. All right, shot back that out. We got our gasket out of there. Anybody else just a little bit curious what happens if we start this tractor up? I don't think it's going to like it. And I think the computer's going to yell at me. But will it run? Can we drive it up here? Will it blow black smoke out like you've never seen before? I don't know, but I kind of want to find out. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, got a little puff of black smoke. All right. That's not unreasonable. I have no idea. Exhaust pressure filter sensor circuit fault. Yep, clearly. Let's see if it'll drive. It will. Sounds good too, right? We should just knock a big hole in that filter and put it back on there. That's what we should do. Didn't even give me a derate warning. Ha ha ha. Ah, the smell of diesel exhaust. Haven't had that smell since the 4020 or 4520 left here. That tractor, she would smoke. No. All right. Well, that's interesting. We learned a little bit there. Well, we got it moved up there and clean. Okay. I put a plastic bag over the top of our exhaust there because I don't really want to get any water in there, and I would like to wash all the dust and stuff that fell off of there off. And just do a little cleaning on this tractor here this afternoon. I don't know when we'll get our gaskets. Maybe can go get them tomorrow, although I sort of doubt it. So it might be Wednesday or even Thursday before they come. It's fine. I don't care. But we can work on cleaning this tractor up a little bit in the meantime here. So let's do that. Yep. We'll spend a little time on the radiators here too. Flushing them out. I'm using the power washer here, but I've got the second nozzle open. This is pretty low pressure. Mostly it's because I don't have to unhook the power washer and just use the hose. I can just turn it on and it acts like a hose. At least for the flushing portion here. And then when I need the pressure, all I gotta do is turn the handle. The dirt just keeps coming. I thought I had this. I don't. There's more. But it's better than it was. Alright, I cleaned up all these shields and stuff that go around this exhaust canister. They were dirty, which they would be because they've never been apart before. The exhaust pipe here, she's looking a little rusty, or not rusty so much, just there's not much paint on it. Doesn't look real good. So I think we're going to give that a coat of high heat black paint, at least the exposed part on the outside. The rest of them aren't too bad. We won't worry about those. Apparently I don't have any high heat black paint. That's alright, we'll add it to the list of things to get. We need to just lightly hit it with a wire brush, get some of that surface rust off there. Clean it up a little bit. That was interesting. Some of that paint flaked right off as soon as I hit it with the wire wheel, and some of it didn't come off at all. Like, I wire wheeled all of this down lower here, but like right there's a line. It must be, so there's kind of a double here interior thing. I don't know. Must be something in there changes. Anyway, we'll get some paint. We'll fix that up. Should I go tonight? It's 4:46. I could run to the hardware store and get some. That way it'll be done for tomorrow. Not that I need it tomorrow. I don't know. I went and got some high heat paint. I figured we might need a couple coats, so I wanted to get one on tonight. We'll make it look nice here. There. Well, that'll look better. Some of the green paint on here is a little faded too. We're going to see if we can fix that up some, but I'm not going to get crazy with it. I don't know. All right. Almost 5:30. Football game tonight. I think it's time for me to go home. We're not the most productive, and we don't make the most exciting videos when it's 0 degrees outside, or when it's wintertime, to be honest. But that's okay. We're getting a little bit of stuff done. I have a meeting tomorrow morning one of my retailers is putting on about fertility and stuff, so I'm going to go to that. And I don't know if Brock's coming or not. He talked about it, but then it was going to be cold, so he's like, I don't know if I'm going to come or not. Okay, whatever. But hopefully we can work on this a little bit tomorrow. I might run up and get those gaskets if the dealer has them tomorrow. If not, we'll have to find something else to do. Oh, we're going to get that equipment down to Berkey. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go down there and get our tractor because we plugged that stuff in, so we at least got to go down there and unplug it if we're not going to get it. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll get our 8RX and our anhydrous bar brought back to Waldron. So moving day. That'll be good. All right, time for me to go home. A little more work in the office here. It is January. We're getting all of our year-end records and tax stuff ready to go. We've got to send all of our 1099s and W-2s out and all the stuff. So I'm trying to get all of that put together in addition to fertilizer payments and paying bills and all kinds of stuff going on. So anyway, thanks for watching today. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Go Bucks. Let's go win a natty tonight. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Moving equipment in the cold, so that'll be fun. Better sneak a few Buckeyes on the way into the house. You don't know how to make these? Stay tuned.